Big Mak, Kano, and you're watching the Shizzio show. Booyaka.
Streetlife is the only life that we know. Ghetto life, down in the ghetto we born and grow. No.
Right, boom, we're back. Nice and easy, simple does it. Big love to everyone. Subscribe and all of them buttons, press bell, whatever it is, icons. You know what I mean? Help us help you, baby. Listen, the streets has been talking. There's a vibe back in the streets of London, ladies and gentlemen. It's a good vibe out there. It's lovely to see. And one of the main people that is doing this, bringing the vibe back to the streets, is here. We're honored to have him here. Man like Mak 10 is in the building.
What's happening?
How are you, sir? Come on,
good.
bro. Are you good, bro?
I'm good, man.
You just been chilling for now, bro.
I'm chilling.
Bro, thank you, bro.
Yeah.
Really appreciate it. As I said earlier, it's amazing that the streets are, there's this new vibrancy in the streets. And you're definitely one of the guys for that. We will get to that, but you come from a big history that I don't know if everyone knows, but they're soon gonna find out, bro. You get me?
Yeah.
Man like Mak 10.
Yeah.
Come on, break it down, bro. Born and bred where, brother?
Plaster, East London.
East London, baby.
Yeah.
Come on, we love to see it, bro. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. Brothers and sisters?
Brothers. 5 brothers.
5 brothers.
5 brothers.
It's no secret you come from a lineage of a musical family, which is amazing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? We will get into that. Just break down kind of plaster living for you growing up.
Growing up?
Yeah.
It's a lot different times then, like no phones, it was all different. So it just, just being young and in the area, it was a bit troublesome.
Yeah, troublesome how though? What are we talking?
Well, the usual.
Yeah, but what is the usual? Because it varies now, because the youngers now, their usual's a bit different.
So what's their usual now?
Bro, I don't know what's going on,
yeah,
bro.
you told me their usual.
Bro, I just feel fuckery out there, bro. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no,
it's like Beirut out there, bro.
Yeah, no, it was turbulent. I don't know what it's like now, I'll be honest. I hear stuff, but it was just kids being kids, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mum and dad in the house?
Yeah.
Yeah. What's your background, sir?
What, as in culture?
Yeah.
Yeah, Caribbean.
Caribbean?
Yeah.
Yeah, whereabouts in the Caribbean?
Jamaica.
Come on, we love to see it. We love to see it. School days, bruv? What's going on?
Yeah,
Are you kind of going to school? No, man's got a cheeky smile on his face, bro.
No, school was good. School, I left early. I got into music early from school.
How early?
Probably in my last year.
What, as in secondary?
In secondary school.
So then how's like primary then?
Primary, I don't remember much.
Yeah?
Yeah, no, I don't really remember much from there. Just running around.
Are you kind of studying or not?
Studying, no.
You're studying? What's that, bro? Studying, huh?
No, I did try 1 or 2 times, but it was just to mess around, really.
Yeah. Would you not focus from like, was mum and dad not like, yo?
No, it wasn't like that. My mum's into her education. She's got degrees and stuff. I've got another brother with a degree.
Yeah.
And all of that. So, I mean, education was a part of my household, but I just didn't take to it.
Where were you in the line of brothers?
I'm like the middle brother.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Okay.
And you could say the middle, but yeah.
Yeah, so there's 2 older, yeah?
Yeah, 2 older.
Yeah, okay, cool. How is it having 2 older brothers for you then? Is that kind of easier for you then? Do you get what I'm saying?
At the time, it was cool because they had a name for themselves in the area I was in, so it was just like, that was almost like a claim to fame.
It's like a bit of a safety net.
Yeah, of course. And then you get a lot of attention from things like that at a young age. So
yeah,
it felt all right then at that time. Yeah.
Are your parents strict?
Yes and no.
Yes, half and half.
Yeah.
All right, and then so you don't really leave school with many grades.
None at all.
None at all. Okay, that's fair enough.
None at all. Yeah.
But the plan was music.
Yeah. The plan was music, but I didn't know what would come of it. I was just doing it because I was just doing it.
So where does the musical influence stem from then?
My dad's a drummer. He's always around live bands. They were
sick.
in a reggae band and stuff, and there was always sort of music in my house. So it was just a natural progression for me. That
is he like drumming in the yard, like
yeah.
bare noise in the yard and that? Man can't sleep and that.
Big
What's
up
going
my
on?
Dad, yeah.
Normally it's the kids there, bro. But when Pops is doing it, it's the green light, isn't it, bro?
Yeah. It's mad.
Okay, so he's in a Jamaican band.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. And that's the influence. So what kind of artists are you listening to in the household? What type of?
When I was growing up, obviously I've got two older brothers. The first sort of underground music that I heard was drum and bass jungle at the time.
Right.
So I was listening to a lot of tape packs of things like Helter Skelter. What's that other one? Jungle Splash, Jungle Mania.
Right.
A lot of jungle. Listening to DJs like Ray Keith, Randall, Brocky and Det, Shabba.
Yeah.
You know, Cool FM, Rush FM. So it was all of that jungle side of things. So when I was growing up, like, the tunes that became big was sort of around the time when things like Wolf, Shy Effect started making a name for himself, Original Nutter, all of those incredible.
Come on, UK Apache's been here, bro. Come on, them big tunes there, bro.
We got UK Apache, but yeah, so those would have been like the pivotal tunes when I was growing up.
Yeah.
And my sort of introduction into underground music.
Are your brothers doing music then, or are they just kind of listening to music?
Just listening to music.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was the first one to DJ and stuff.
What, out of the family? Okay, that's cool. So at what kind of age are you kind of doing this?
15.
Yeah?
Yeah.
And what, is this just drum and bass?
I started, my first few records was drum and bass, jungle, and then I quickly went into garage.
So where did the decks come from then?
The decks, at first, I went to my cousin's and my cousin was mixing. He's the first person, he's only a few months older than me that
Who's
I
your
saw.
cousin? Come big him up.
Oh yeah, big up Jason, man, rough. Thank you.
Come on. Thank you for that, bro.
Yeah.
You put me on. Yeah,
100%.
Yeah.
And so yeah, I saw him DJing and I thought, how's he even doing that? And he tried to show me, but I didn't pick it up at that time.
Yeah.
But eventually I did. I feel like I borrowed a friend's decks and I had to give them back, but I learnt when I borrowed them. And then when he took them back, my mum and dad bought me some.
Well, what 12 10s?
No.
Man said, no, are you mad, bro?
Mad. Listen, that's how I became. So I learned on like the basics. Like there was called Citronic. Any vinyl DJ, if you know, you're not old school.
Yeah.
These decks was called Citronic.
Right.
My friends will still remember. Big up everyone who knows. Yeah.
Is this not the belt light driven one?
Yeah, it is. It
Oh,
was
it is.
the proper basic, but I made them work. So by the time I got onto 12 10's,
You were certified.
Yeah.
But you know when you work on these kind of lower class decks, does that not make you a better DJ?
I believe so.
Because you've really got to make it work,
You
don't
really got to make it work.
Yeah.
100%. Definitely. For me, that's...
And kind of, how many hours a day are you doing the DJing?
These times there, I would wake up and DJ till I went to sleep.
Swear what?
I'm not joking. I would be mixing all day. I'd probably eat. I used to smoke a lot of weed these times.
How old are you?
15.
Okay.
So it's mainly my day is waking up, smoking,
Okay.
eating, and DJing. Like, I'll just wake up and turn my decks on.
Is this in your house?
In my house.
Okay, so how are you smoking weed at 15 in your house? Is this a normal
Well,
thing?
I'm not going to say I was smoking weed at 15 in my house, but,
Okay, but
I
you
was
were-
smoking at a young age in my
Around
house.
about, okay, okay. I mean, where did that creep in from? Where did you getting that from?
Well,
Because it's kind of young, no?
You know what?
Or is that the thing then?
It's culturally, it sounds mad now,
Yeah.
but you need to think back then, culturally,
Yeah.
it was normal. Like my friends, their parents smoked weed, we'd
Yeah.
speak about it in school, in primary school.
Yeah.
It was just a normal thing culturally back then. Like Jamaican parents, Caribbean parents, everyone's mum and, well, not mum, my mum don't smoke, but everyone's dad or uncle or something smoked weed.
Yeah.
It was very normalised in our culture.
So, when you were smoking weed, were they cool with it then? Or
Well,
was it a bit...
not at first, but
Right.
once I turned a certain age,
Yeah.
it was like...
Of course.
Yeah, so
Okay, so 15 in your yard all day, bruv.
all day.
Your brothers must have been going mad, bruv.
So-
What's this guy doing, bruv?
Sometimes they wasn't around.
Right.
let's say, yeah. And so
Where were they?
there's a way.
I know the answer, but you might as well tell us, bro.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know where they might have
They were
gone.
absent.
They was absent.
Okay.
Absent.
Are these the older brothers?
Yeah.
They
older
were both
brother.
absent.
Both absent.
So when they were both absent, are you now the older brother and have to do the older brother duties? You get what I'm saying?
I suppose so, but I never felt that way.
Okay.
I never felt that way.
Okay.
Because it was different. It was different. I didn't ever feel like the older brother.
Did you?
Yeah.
Did you ever feel like you had to follow in your older brother's footsteps?
A million percent.
Yeah.
When I was first like growing up,
Yeah.
before I found the music, even when I found the music, I used to behave and portray myself in a certain way, and because I felt I had to. That was normal for me. So I was carrying on with certain things and behaving certain ways that I just felt that was what I was meant to do.
Did you, looking back, do you feel pressure that you had to do that, like, or is it something you didn't want to do, but you just?
At first, I felt like I wanted to do, but it was probably a bit of peer pressure. I don't know if it was. I just felt a bit of an expectation that that's how I should be.
Yeah.
I just thought that's what it was.
Did you get into a lot of trouble with the police or anything, or?
Reasonably, not a lot,
Yeah.
but reasonably.
What does that mean? What's the worst thing? He's being very cagey, bro. His brother's being cagey.
Hey, listen, no, like, well, it depends when you're talking about. When I was younger,
Well, we're at 15 in it, so let's keep it at 15 for now.
just normal things like I might have, I don't know, learnt to drive or something.
Wasn't you were driving? What do you mean, bro? Just break it down,
I
bro.
just learned to drive.
But whose car was it?
Yeah, I don't know.
A stranger's car or like someone's car?
There's normal like.
Did you borrow it legally?
Asbo stuff.
Yeah.
No, not a major.
Alright. Being very cagey. Alright, cool.
Yeah.
You're DJing in the yard
Yeah.
non-stop, and obviously then drum and bass turns into garage.
Yeah.
So you kind of follow that trend.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and then you're DJing garage, yeah?
I'm DJing garage. Yeah.
Are you kind of, hold on, what's the best three drum and bass tunes, by the way,
The best free drum and bass
Come on.
tunes,
in your opinion?
in my opinion.
It matters, your like opinion,
No. Listen, but there's so many.
But that's what, brothers.
I'll throw some out that I've played recently. One is jazzy. Two, Lighter is a classic from my day. Lighter was
DJs, yeah?
yeah.
DJs? Yeah.
Was it? I
Yeah,
don't
go
know.
on,
Don't
go
put
on,
me on
yeah.
the spot like that.
Don't do it. I'm too tired, motherfuckers.
Yeah, Lighter was a big one, and jazzy was definitely one. I'll tell you what, there's a tune called Dark Stranger that I love. It's really old school, but it's called Dark Stranger. That's
Okay.
a banging tune.
All right.
So yeah, I'll
Fair
say
enough.
them three. That's just.
Are you like playing out on that, or is it just at home?
Yeah, I was playing. I used to, when I say playing out, I remember I'm 15, 16. So what I used to do, there was a lot of youth clubs around them times. And
People now are thinking, what the fuck's a youth club?
a youth club,
What the kids-
then, listen, they used to have them in Beckton, in Canning Town, all over the place, and they used to have turntables there.
Yeah.
So obviously, when there's a youth club, there's an audience. So if I could DJ, me being so young, there wasn't many people DJing at my age, especially on turntable. So it was like, wow, look what you can do, sort of thing. I don't know what you'd call that.
Yeah.
Yeah. But basically, that's so I'd travel, I'd walk with my record bag everywhere, every youth club in every area. Whoever the DJ was in that area, I wanted to go there and be like, right, all right, I'm better than that guy, I'm better than that. That was my mentality.
Yeah.
I wanted to go on people's patches and show, no, I'm the guy. So I carried that mentality, what I probably picked up into my music.
In your estimation,
Yeah.
how many hours does it take for someone to become a half decent DJ? Obviously, it's a bit of a random one. It varies, but
Well, there's so many layers to DJing, but in terms today, if
all still AI, bruv.
all right, cool. If you have got the knack for it, you could have it in an hour. In today,
What?
today. If I learned today in today's world, I would probably have it within half an hour.
You'd be a DJ.
You'd learn to.
Like a basic mix.
Basic.
So you
could do that in 10 minutes in if you've got the knack for it. If you haven't, it will take you longer.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Just to fast forward a little bit, when you think of the technology now, coming from where you come from, is it something you like to see, or is it something you think like, bruv, you lot are just skipping chapters here?
No, I don't believe that. I believe that it's evolving to make things more advanced so you can do more. So they're just adding more things that you can create to become more creative. So anything that's being added is nothing but a bonus. All that old school stuff, vinyl only, and these ain't real DJs, is all crap, because at the end of the day, you can be as sick as you want, do all the tricks you want. If you can't select a song for a crowd to make a crowd dance, all of that tricks go out the window. You stand in front of people scratching and all that.
So you've got to have that ability to read the crowd.
Read the crowd is the main thing. It depends what you're DJing for. Right?
And then how do you learn that? Is that just experience then? Or is that a God-given talent?
It's a vibe.
Yeah.
When you're a DJ, it's your vibe. You're entertaining with your vibe. So I've got these people to vibe with me. Like, how do I translate that? That's what it is for me anyway.
Yeah.
That's why I DJ.
And is that like trial and error then?
Yeah, 100%. And taking risks, doing things that people ain't used to hearing, playing songs they know and mixing in something they might not, and breaking new music on the dance floor, and being able to make people connect with what you're doing.
Yeah. Okay, so going back to garage now, you're now a garage DJ. Are you out and about playing, or is it more the same?
Yeah, more the same. Just youth clubs. I started Pirate Radio, Magic FM.
Yeah.
That was when I was still in school, like near the end of school.
Yeah.
I used to make a lot of tapes and stuff and bring them into school, all of that. And where was I playing? I wasn't really playing out. Nothing more than like under 16s. Like I wasn't doing big events or nothing.
And then are your like brothers back now, or are they still?
Yes and no. Like my brothers was sort of around, and then they wasn't around, and there's around, and they wasn't around.
Okay, fair enough. Okay, so cool. What are your best garage tunes, brother?
Oh man, I'll give you some producers: Ant Hill Mob, Tough Jam.
Tough Jam, Carl Toughen Up. Hey, I know about Tough Jam, you know.
Yeah. I'm trying to think of who else I would put on there. Who else would I put on there? So tough. I'll say Chris Mak or Steve Gurley.
All right.
Yeah.
And then, so when do you start playing out then? Like, when does this become like more out there, like doing dances and?
When I probably started Pirate Radio, I started to get little radio bookings and stuff.
It's garage,
I'd probably have to start open the venue up. So if it started at 9 till 3, I'll be playing at 9 till 11.
Yeah.
I got loads of those little opening bookings.
And then, are you kind of making money from that or not?
No, not at all.
So then how are you surviving doing this?
Just hustling.
Hustling. You don't want to talk about the hustle?
No, I was hustling.
What does that mean?
The hustling just means I was finding ways to get what I needed.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because vinyls are not cheap, are they, bro? How much are vinyls, bro?
Vinyls back then was about £6 to £10.
That's what I mean.
Yeah, so I was just collecting them bit by bit.
Yeah. Hustling. He's being very
hustling. Go on, man.
Bro, I'm just trying to get the honest story, innit, bro?
That is the
Because you know what? I've told a few people Mac 10’s coming and really interested, bro.
Yeah.
Your whole family, like, you get me? Like, I was in the gym yesterday, random, and I was like, I'm going to tell you the truth. I said, someone goes, brother, the show's doing. I said, yeah, cool. I said, I got a Mac 10 guy. Yeah. He said, rah, bro. His brother was like the British Suge Knight. That's what the guy said to me. And he just walked off. But I'm saying there was a reputation, innit?
Yeah. Well, you'll have to talk to him about that still.
Yeah, I would like to actually. I don't know how that's gonna go.
Yeah. Just try it.
That's a try. I don't know how I do. Okay, cool. Okay, so garage then turns into grime, correct?
Yeah.
Or that type of period. So do you just kind of follow it through then?
No, what happened was I was playing garage at the time, like more underground stuff, not the like commercial, My Desire sort of stuff. I wasn't playing that sort of stuff. I was playing a different style of garage. And Marcus started Nasty Crew.
Yeah.
and they was playing like almost like a Heartless Crew, Pay As You Go. Just before it turned into grime, it was like a dark garage.
Okay, so the Nasty Crew was before in garage era.
Yeah,
Okay.
definitely.
Right. And who's in the Nasty Crew?
So it's Marcus, Sharky Major, Armour, and Stormin.
Right. R.I.P.
R.I.P.
Okay, cool. So they start that crew. Are they doing the actual MCing as well?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. And then you don't join that crew?
No. At the time, I didn't like MCs. Not that style. I didn't like that style of MC.
What was that style? More like aggressive? What?
I wouldn't even say it was aggressive at them times. It was more vibey, but my style was more around the host and letting the music breathe and stuff. So if someone's just MCing, the music got lost. For me, that's how I felt at that time.
Yeah, for real.
So, and not just that, the art of it was just like, people didn't know when to stop, and MCing over mixes and stuff like that. It didn't feel professional to me at the time, and I was trying to get to be a professional. Yeah, so...
What garage MCs are you rating in that period?
In that period was probably people like Kai, B-Dive, DT Creed, all the usual, PSG.
Yeah.
Like,
But those styles are very much what you're saying. They kind of let the music breathe. They do their little
the little 8-bar.
Yeah, and just keep the party.
Yeah, they just keep it moving.
The thing bubbling.
Yeah.
And then I guess MCing becomes more kind of lyrical, I guess.
Lyrical, yeah, and just a bit non-stop. But the maddest thing was, when I first started, that's what I was doing. When I very first started doing garage, so me and my friends, we would be like, even though they would be pretending to be Creed, PSG or whatever. So we even went to a youth club once. I don't even think I've ever said this. We went to a youth club and we was all Heartless Crew.
Yeah.
My friends were standing on the top of the speakers and all of that. We're mixing and all of that. So I enjoyed that hype style.
Yeah.
But then I moved away from it. So it was mad that I went full circle and ended up back there anyway.
Yeah.
So what happened was when I started, I didn't like the tunes what Marcus was playing, not all of them.
Right.
So I was blending my style of garage with his.
Right.
And then eventually, big up Sharky Major as well, because he's helped me a lot on my DJ journey in different ways. And he started telling me, no, play this one. And then the more I started playing of the ones he was suggesting, the more my selection started filtering out. Then I started to actually enjoy the vibe.
Right.
And then from there I was gone. Yeah.
So I was gone clear. You know when you're DJing and your brother's DJing, are you kind of, is it like friendly, like competition, or how does that?
No, we tend to gel well when we DJ together. It's not, now and again we might have a bit of banter.
Yeah, come on, that's normal.
But we tend to gel really well.
Yeah.
When we play together, yeah.
And then obviously it does turn it into grime.
Yeah, it turned into grime.
Are you then DJing grime?
Yeah, grime.
What, fully, like garages?
Fully. Once the transition happened, it was already turning anyway, and more members had joined. I think we just got onto Deja when it was fully transitioned into grime. I'm talking like Pulse, X, Eskimo, all of that. We just transitioned into Deja, so I was already all in at that point.
Yeah. Looking back, what is the best era for you? Drum and bass, garage, or grime?
Grime, always.
So much like garage.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
100%.
You don't think garage had like the best moments?
For me as a DJ?
Yeah.
As a DJ, no.
Okay. Because your career was really like flying.
Yeah, and I feel like when the garage's heyday, I wasn't old enough.
Right.
It was I got to enjoy a few like little dances with my friends and that, but
now it's like a career, isn't it?
Yeah.
So you're out and about DJing, making money now?
Insufficient amount, not loads. For what I was doing at the time, living at home with my mum, it was all right.
Are you working part time or?
No.
Have you ever worked part time, bro?
I think so.
Yeah? Do you think so?
No, I have. Wait, have I? No, of course I have. Of course I've worked.
That's the part.
Yeah, of course I have. When I got older.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so how old are we when you're kind of doing the grime DJing?
19, I think.
Okay, 19, and then the Nasty Crew expands, doesn't it?
Nasty Crew expands.
So who joins?
Kano, Gets, Monkey, DWE, Hyper.
Hey, big up Hyper, you know, that's my guy still.
Yeah, big up Hyper, man.
Yeah.
He said he's retired still.
Bruv, I caught him MCing recently at a birthday party.
See?
Don't try it,
Hyper. I told him, I said as well.
No, I got love for Hyper, man.
Yeah.
Big guy as well, bro. Okay, so Kano Gets, say that again, Monkey, Hyper.
Footsie, D-Double,
Okay.
Jammer.
So this is like the Avengers of grime, really, when you look back at it.
Yeah.
Did you know, obviously you didn't know that then?
No, but well, you kind
Or
of.
did you?
Yeah, no, we did. I thought we was up there. let's
Yeah.
say, without sounding smug.
No, but
there wasn't many others.
Yeah, because the lyrical ability in that is
Exactly.
is a fucking masterpiece.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So, but then how does that work as a crew? Because that's a lot of members. Then is that your brother then just managing that, or?
Marcus wasn't around at that time.
Okay.
He was, but for a period he wasn't.
Okay,
around.
so when Marcus wasn't around, who was in charge? You, or was it just?
No one was really in charge. It was running it. It was kind of this synergy. It wasn't. And to be fair, Marcus was still there. He wasn't gone. He was still available, but he wasn't there. Does that make sense?
No. Man talks in riddles, bro. What's with the riddles, bro?
So no, he was there.
Huh?
But
he was there, but he wasn't there. He was.
That's what I'm saying. But no one was really running it. It was just a collective.
Do you think it should have had a kind of better management looking back, or do you just think it's just what it was?
Do you know what? Everyone was of a certain age, and no one knew what was going on. And I'll speak for myself.
Yeah, of course.
That I feel I didn't understand the music business then,
right?
And there became a point where I didn't see it turning into what it is now.
Right.
Yeah, and I started to focus in other areas, thinking that would get me through.
What did you focus on?
Money.
Okay.
And just that.
So you kind of took a step back from DJing.
I didn't mean to. In hindsight, I did.
Right.
But I thought I was still in it. But my priorities had changed. Whereas before I was just DJ music. When I started to learn certain things, and my quality of life started to change.
Right.
It started to take an effect on my music.
Are you still at home at this period?
Was I? I was back and forth. I think I was at home.
Okay, so you want to prioritize the money. It's very difficult, bro.
Yeah. No. I was trying to think.
It's like you're telling me the answer, but you're not. So I have to kind of guess as to what you're talking about.
Yeah, no.
Do you get what I'm saying? Which is all good, but it's just a little bit. You get what I'm saying?
It's all right.
Yeah, come on, bro. But we'll get it. Looking back, who was your favourite out of the crew?
I won't say.
Why?
Because I'll say it like this. Everyone had a different time where they was shining, and everyone was different and good in their own way. So yeah, I don't know. It's difficult to say because some of them are my friends. I'm not going to say.
No, but it's not about. But it's about your whole personal thing, innit? Like,
yeah, no, I genuinely don't.
No,
I genuinely don't have one.
Yeah, man's playing it bare just on the fence, bro. Serious.
I swear down, I don't have one.
All right, cool.
At that time, anyway.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Are there any lyrics from certain people that you think at the time was just too advanced? Do you get what I'm saying?
In terms of, you see, there's a... Sharky had advanced lyrics. Double had stylistically, he was well advanced. Kane was advanced lyrically. Monkey's advanced lyrically. It's like you could say it's hyper.
Yeah, I don't know what
to say. They was all dope, innit?
Yeah, no, they're all bad. That's what I'm saying. But I would say, do you have a personal
Like I'm saying, like I've done sets with each one of them on their own. Yeah.
Yeah.
And at certain points, like Monkey will have his time, Hyper will have his time, Double will have his time. Some stayed there. Like the most popular ones was Double, Kano, and Sharky. Then it might go Double, Kano, and Stormin. Double and Kano will always be in the conversation.
Cool. You're obviously doing shows, yeah? You're doing shows?
Yeah.
Who's kind of arranging these shows? How does the money get split? How does it work? Do you get me? Because there's a lot of members.
Yeah, but in them times, it was always the DJ plus 2 MCs. That's how the bookings would tend to work.
So the booking would come to you?
It would come to well, yeah, I'd be DJing and
then you kind of see which two want to roll? No,
the promoter does that.
Oh, the promoter says,
whoever
right.
took the booking, it will be like, they'd normally get me plus 2 MCs or me plus 3 MCs.
Right, and then how much kind of money are we charging in this?
It wasn't a lot.
What? I'm just trying to gauge a figure as £500.
No, way less than that.
Okay, I don't know what I'm saying, but it's good for people to know, you get what I'm saying?
In them times there, it might have been 150, 250.
What, each or between you?
Each.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but for like, to put things into perspective, some weeks would be at like 6-7 times in a week.
Okay.
You know, so we used to have crazy weeks, like sometimes 3 in the night, 3 in the next night, maybe a midweek one in the summer holidays. Imagine what it was like, because it was everyone that was young that was following us. So
of course.
A lot of under 18s and all of that.
But
there wasn't, for a period, there wasn't a week free, ever.
But that's good money then. That could be like about £1,000 a week, no? If not more. No?
But you need to think when, like I'm saying, when there's like, for me, maybe.
Right, but for the MCs, not so much. Because only some of them are going out.
Yeah.
But we're talking about you, so you're...
Yeah.
So you're...
I wasn't doing £1,000 a week.
You wasn't?
I wasn't doing £1,000.
Okay, fair enough.
Not from music.
Okay. Are you like making beats as well? Or is that
I
not...
was trying to.
Yeah.
Trying to.
It wasn't...
I did 2 tunes with Jammer.
Yeah.
I did do 2 tunes with Jammer.
Yeah. Okay, so the scene's building up.
Yeah.
People are then going off and doing their thing, aren't they? Obviously, does Kano goes off and does his thing, blows up. And when you're kind of witnessing artists blowing up, how is that for you, kind of seeing the growth of this scene?
Do you know what? That was a strange one. Well, Dizzee went.
Yeah.
When Dizzee went, that was like, raw. This is happening. I feel like when Dizzee got signed and he got his album, I feel like then people started to switch on and think, how can I do that? I feel like started to vision an opportunity.
Yeah.
And started trying to make songs for labels.
Yeah.
Trying to get things signed. And then all of that sort of stuff started happening. When Kane got signed, no one knew.
What do you mean no one knew?
Well, no one knew. Kane got signed, and then we got a phone call. Big on Kane, we got a phone call saying, "Oh yeah, how come she's not at the video?" Like, what video? And then there's like Kane shooting a video it was Old Street.
What's the P's and Q's?
Yeah.
Right.
But watch this now, man didn't know, yeah? And then we're walking up, so we've all gone down there sort of see what's going on. We're walking up the road, and I swear to God, the thing was like a movie production. Like, man, I had the big truck with the crane and the crane and the cameras was like that.
Yeah.
The lighting was like floodlights from a football pitch.
Right.
It was a madness, and it was just like, right, what's going on here? No one knew about this.
Yeah.
And from there, Kane was gone. Like, as in gone. But we didn't know, we don't know why.
Just to clarify, Kano was part of the crew,
Yeah.
and then you get a phone call saying he's filming a video, nobody knew.
Yeah.
You've gone down there and he signed the deal and he's doing his own thing.
Yeah.
So does any kind of conversation take place as to, because you're at the video, yeah?
Yeah, no, it wasn't.
But why? He's right there, no?
Yeah, but he's shooting a video and stuff. But you know what? It is what it is, man. It was just a time. It was a strange time.
Is this just people help like opportunities are arising? Can you blame them for kind of
but yeah, exactly. So then you could probably feel a little bit bitter, but not me. I'm the DJ, innit? I was just like, what's happened? But I suppose it's a bit, people could be a bit bitter, but then underlying that, there probably is a reason that is understandable. It probably just needed to be aired out.
Right, so you just think if there was a conversation, it could have just been aired out.
Yeah, it could probably in hindsight should have been aired out, but
the conversation never happened.
It never happened, but there potentially reasons for why that happened.
And then the other members are not happy?
I don't know. I can't speak for them.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah.
Are you not happy?
I feel like that was that wasn't the beginning of the end, but it was a sort of sealed the deal.
Yeah,
like, this is mad now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I hear that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So he goes and does his thing. Yeah. It does amazing, doesn't it?
Yeah.
And then who kind of goes after that then? How does it work then?
I feel like what happened from there was just like double left, footsie left, monkey left. But it was just, people just wanted to do their own thing. Mm-hmm. I don't know, but I just feel like people wanted to just go and do their own thing. Everyone just started. We'd outgrown it. Yeah. At that point,
it kind of served its time.
Yeah. And the scene was a bit different. The music started to change. It was just everyone was going off looking for independent.
The deal. Because someone's done it. It's in front of you. Dizzee's done it. Kano's done it.
Wiley's done it.
It's very possible now. So we need to try and get it.
Yeah.
Can you blame anyone for doing that?
Not really.
Trying to get it, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Who blows up next? Anyone? I can't remember now, man. Kane does well. Gets goes with Kano, right?
Gets goes with Kano. Gets was on Kano's stuff. Yeah.
So where does that leave you then as the kind of DJ, the backbone of this? So
I just carried on. But I was back where I wanted to be, but in grime, if that makes sense. So I didn't work well with any other MCs apart from them lot, yeah?
Right.
So I don't know why, but that was with the trust and everything was built up and the synergy was built up. So when I say I was back where I wanted to be, I was just DJing and I could have one person on the mic just hosting and I can just go ham.
It suited you?
It suited me. And I got to a point where I felt like my style of DJing was aggressive and I was doing enough within my set to not have an MC.
Yeah.
In a way, like, yeah.
Yeah, no, I hear that. In a way.
So I was making it exciting enough that I was making up for there not being an MC for a certain amount of time, even though one would have been a bonus. Are you like talking to the MCs at this point, or you're not really talking to them? I can't remember. But when it was quite
it's a difficult time,
imagine, it was like everyone's just in their stuff, innit? So
yeah, I hear that. Yeah. And then your younger brother's a MC as well, isn't he? Yeah. Come on, big him up. Yeah, big up and Grim. Yeah. They're obviously doing their thing. Did it ever occur to you to touch mic, or you happy in your lane?
Yeah, no, I was happy in my lane. I used to MC in the playground.
Come on.
And that's about it.
Yeah. Any bars for us, cuz? No.
I did when I come out of Rehab, I did a tune about Rehab. Okay. And then that's it. Okay.
When did you go Rehab? Is that
2 years ago?
Okay, 2 years ago. So we'll get to that. Mm-hmm. Drinking and smoking in this period? Partying? Yeah,
of course, and I think that was also a part of my part of. There was so many moving parts of things falling apart, and my part in that was my lifestyle.
Okay, which was
cocaine, alcohol, women.
Yeah. It's around in the industry a lot, right?
Yeah, but at that time it wasn't like now. You see, like now it's openly spoken about. Yeah. I'll speak, but a lot of people will know someone who does it. Do you know what I mean? But then think I'm around like man them, yeah? Mm-hmm. And I'm doing that stuff. So it's a lot different then because everyone's like, this, like it's a different mentality at that time.
There's
And
like a bad
especially at my
stigma,
age,
especially with cocaine as well.
Thank you.
There's a very bad stigma in cocaine in that, and it was seen as more as a white drug. Does that make sense?
I agree.
Can I say that?
Yeah, you can.
A lot of the Asian boys and black boys that I know, weed was the it, and they tended to be the limit.
Yeah.
I didn't really see a lot of, you get me, doing the cocaine.
Yeah.
So when did that creep in? How did it creep in?
Again, that was me. I went on some like coach. One of my friends is a DJ. I went on a coach to Ipswich, I'll never forget, and then it turned into like a party coach, innit? That everyone's passing things around, like boom, 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 like try this, and then it started with a few like disco biscuits.
What's a disco biscuit, brother? What the fuck is that? Answer that disco biscuit, brother.
Yeah,
what's a disco
like
biscuit?
Mitsubishis and then things.
Trips.
No, man. No, where you been, bro?
Pills.
Yeah, that's.
Sorry. Yeah.
So,
Okay.
yeah, he won't there.
Is that what they call them? Disco? See, you learn something every day. Big up, man. I didn't even know.
Yeah. So anyway, So it started with that, and then. Yeah, then it just progressed into cocaine. To be fair.
Okay. Are your other brothers seeing you do this?
No. I'm not going to talk about too much of that, but
that's fine,
my brothers did eventually cotton on what I was doing. Let's say.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And did they talk to you about it, or?
Yeah, of course they did.
But it didn't.
Yeah, I was enjoying myself. I thought I was.
Yeah. Fair enough. Okay. Are you doing it a lot?
Nah, not in the beginning. Not in the beginning at all.
Okay, just kind of recreational.
Yeah.
But you're doing this DJing live. You're DJing what, most nights?
No, not at that time. When I first started, I was still in the bedroom DJ space.
Right.
So I would just using it to go out and go to a club night or whatever. Then it's when I started the grime thing that it started to, because my lifestyle changed, let's say, I started to get more into the party side of things.
When you say lifestyle change, what do you mean?
I was making money.
Yep.
And I was like,
you had a more expensive lifestyle.
Yeah. So when I was like this, when I was growing up, I didn't have much. Yeah. So when I started to get money, I went all out. I started buying everything.
Yeah.
Acting stupid. You know what it's like?
Yep.
Like I want that clothes. I want that designer. I want this
that
car.
Moschino.
I'm driving
them
around in the
Patrick
week in the car with the darkest tint, smoke coming out the window.
Yeah.
You get me? I'm living all of that lifestyle and doing up raves on the weekend, champagne and all of that. So I started to think that I'm all right. This is what it is.
Superstar lifestyle.
Yeah. So, but when you've got a lot of spare dough just lying around and you do this, that don't become that expensive thing anymore or whatever. And then I just start getting silly with it. And that's what started happening with me. I just started getting silly with it. And before you know it, I was left with a habit which inevitable would have happened anyway.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? But that's when things started to get a bit more.
How much are you spending a week on it? Average?
It depends. It would depend. I don't like to answer that question because I've got kids and I've said that.
I respect that. I didn't even know you had kids.
Yeah.
And do you know what? I rate that as well. If there's something you don't want to answer, just don't answer it, bro.
Yeah.
You get me?
I wouldn't want to put that out there because obviously I'm moving like a madman and
No.
certain things wasn't being done.
I completely respect that.
Me?
Come on, 100%. There's like a moment in grime where it becomes commercialised, I would say. There's a lot of commercial records and then kind of people were saying the essence of grime was kind of getting watered down. I don't know if you can remember that kind of period.
Give me a tune. What?
I don't know. Obviously, Chip Diddy, Chip.
You're talking about Lady Sovereign.
Okay, yeah, go on then. Yeah. Let's talk about Lady Sovereign because Bryn was here. You know Bryn here. Bryn said that Lady Sovereign inspired her, bro, with the dress and all that.
That's good.
that's not her. Okay, go on, talk to me. Yeah, Lady Sovereign, go on. That kind of era where it's getting watered down, commercialised. people.
But I just think no one knew where to put it or what it was, so they was trying to commercialise it. The other side of things, when you're talking about the Chip Diddy Chip thing, I just feel like they was shown an opportunity. Remember, them lot was young. As well,
Ironic was here recently.
Yeah.
He was talking about the Elton John tune, which obviously on the surface is fantastic, but I think some of the streets weren't really. He was saying that people weren't really rating his album, and they were trying to like knock his confidence about his album and stuff, because perhaps he went down a more commercialized route. Do you get what I'm saying?
Listen, everyone can say that stuff, but when someone says, and in if you've not been in that position, you can't say nothing.
Facts.
Do you know what I mean? Because you've never had someone say, here's this money, you're a young kid, you've got girls chasing after you when you're young, like, and it's mad, and this is about to turn it up 100 times 100. They're selling you the dream, you buy your mum a house, you'll have this, that, boom. You don't know what you're going to say. You think you care about art when you're 16 and someone's putting that on the table.
Yeah, facts.
Do you know what I mean? So I just believe that if you ain't been in that position, you can't really say. If you've been in that position and you said no, then say.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
No, I hear that.
They didn't do nothing wrong.
All right, cool. So you're DJing a lot, yeah?
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, I thought.
Yeah, no, I daydream, bro. Sorry.
Focus on this
Sorry,
thing,
bro.
bro. All right, cool. Then Grime kind of, I don't know, does it kind of just waters down or it just disappear? I don't know what happens, bro, from your point of view. Well, obviously Grime was doing its thing.
Yeah.
Then it got commercialized. Then there was a kind of a period where I think up kind of north were carrying the flag from what I can remember.
Yeah, do you know what? Do you know what that is as well? It's just, genuinely, for me, life turned up. Life got in the way. You know what I mean? Like before, when it first started, there's not much responsibility. You're living at mum's. I can get up and mix. I can do all of that stuff as well as whatever else I want. There's not much responsibility. Then life turns up and it's like, where is this going?
Facts.
And on top of that, it's a trend, isn't it? Things go in and out of trend. And when the trend goes, then now what we're left with. We had a good long run. It was a brand new music. It lasted from 2000 to probably 2008. That's quite a long time.
Very long.
For a new music. And as kids, and it's being shut down, not shut down, the music changed, the quality of production had changed, and then it was either really commercial or high end, and then there was other stuff that just it wasn't really cutting it.
In your opinion, which is valued, who started Grime?
Wiley.
Yeah. What was the first Grime tune?
Eskimo.
Okay. See, some people have said it's Skepta DTI, FYI, but I would
Was Eskimo come out before DTI? Surely.
I couldn't tell you.
Yeah, no, 100%.
But I think the argument was that was called Eskimo, but Skepta's DTI was actually labelled Grime. Don't know, put it out there.
Yeah, no, that don't even make sense.
Okay.
Whoever said that, don't know what they're talking about.
Alright, cool. no, but so why you're saying Wiley started Grime?
Wiley started Grime. There are a few other questionable ones, like Pulse X by Musical Mob, a classic tune. It's an 8-bar song. That could arguably be there, but I believe the sound, when it changed and it didn't sound like nothing else, was Eskimo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, fair enough.
Yeah.
All right, cool. So Grime kind of. Have you got kids at this point when you're doing Grime? How's your family and stuff?
Yeah, I did have kids, yeah.
Okay, so you kind of finding it hard to juggle, and because life, you say, kicked in, innit?
Yeah, well, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was young and just, yeah.
Yeah. All right, so you're still DJing where you can, when you can, yeah? So when Grime kind of stops, where do you find yourself? Or when are you not getting as many bookings?
Yeah, when Grime died down, what came into fashion was funky, innit? So funky was birthed. Grime had died down, and it'd been died down for a little period, and then funky came about. Marcus was heavily involved in that.
Yes,
you could say he started that whole movement.
What do you say?
I say he started that whole movement.
Marcus Nasty started funky.
100%.
Fair enough.
100%. And yeah, and then I just jumped onto the funky stuff.
But as kind of a DJ, you're talking drum bass, you're just going through the genres. How easy is it for you to firstly change genres? And then secondly is like, is that something you like doing, or are you just ahead of the curve and you know that you have to do this to kind of stay relevant?
Yeah, well, my thing is not. The thing is finding the things you like, and I'm not about just staying on. I don't believe you should just stay in one genre. There, I went through a period where I would mix all of them all together.
Yeah.
In a mad way, and that's a different type of art form.
Yeah.
But I enjoy playing. So my main things, what I enjoy is like house, funky, grime.
Yeah.
Nothing else gives me the energy that grime does when I mix it, but I enjoy playing the other stuff. So the transition in between genres, I didn't find difficult.
Fair enough. And then funky comes in, takes over. How is that for you as a scene? Like, what's so different about it? Obviously the music, but is there a cultural shift? Is there attitude shift?
Well, it turned. The only way I can describe it is how garage was before grime. Funky took that place. So it was a lot more. You see, grime was tracksuits and new era hats.
Yeah.
All of that, like 95s. When funky came about, it turned back into dressing up.
Yeah.
You know, everyone's wearing designer and girls are wearing heels again. Everyone's like opening champagne, and it was all of that. It turned into a more classier thing to do at the time. I think everyone.
Yeah, and then kind of MCs as well. Are they going back to more garage? Are they
garage
letting
stuff,
it breathe?
100%.
Do you know what I mean?
But then what happened was, that same thing happened again when people did really start MCing to it, and a lot of dancing and dances, like the migraine skanks, and well, not the migraine skank sort of worked well, but then like songs like Head, Shoulders, Knees and Toes, these sort of tunes started to become frowned upon. And again, that's just down to.
Yeah, but why were they frowned upon? They just thought it was more commercialised.
And the thing is, people based funky on house. It is based on house, but it's not house. So if you think about going to a proper unts house rave and someone's
yeah.
And it's like, if you're basing it on that and someone's saying head, shoulders, knees and toes, even though I probably still believe that tune is cheesy, I'm gonna say that.
It was a big tune though.
But it was a big tune.
Migraine Skank was a big tune.
It mashes up places. But that one was a bit cheesy. But as a DJ, sometimes you might have to play it. But in my personal opinion, it is a little bit cheesy. But
can you understand the want of it?
100%.
Yeah.
100%. But what I'm saying is, though that frowning happens, it happens. Like it happened when the Grime MCs started MCing on Garage.
How hard is it for you as a DJ to kind of play tunes that people want as opposed to what you feel personally?
I struggle with that.
Yeah.
I struggled with that because this is what I mean about, especially if you want to be noticed. So let's say, for instance, when a scene is thriving, yeah? Let's say you've got EZ. Let's just use EZ as an example. But EZ in the prime garage days and all the bait garage tunes, every time EZ turns up and play them. So why would someone want you instead of EZ? What are you going to do different from him?
You're not going to charge the fucking 20 racks.
Yeah. No, but we're not talking about
different.
today EZ. We're talking about old school EZ.
Yeah. Okay.
So I'm just using that as an example. It
Yeah.
could be anyone, yeah? So what are you going to do different from the main person or the main people in that scene when you're trying to break through as someone new or go into a new area? If I come into that scene and I start playing all the same songs as them, why does anyone need me when these have got a monopoly on all the events or all whatever, everyone goes to them? So I need to find a way to play different with different music but still have the same effect, if not better.
How hard is that to find them pockets?
It's very difficult. It's very difficult. It's more difficult than you think because that then boils down to what I was saying about a vibe and your energy. And translating that to people without them hearing everything that they're used to. They're hearing something new. And doing that in a club is difficult.
And then just kind of practicing your hours. Are you still maintaining these hours, or have you just got the knack for kind of BPM and blending? For you, is it kind of I don't know, you've clocked it, you've got the matrix in your head, you know what's
Yeah,
like.
in terms of mixing, yeah, but it's all about learning the music that you play. So music, it does come out a lot quicker than it used to.
Yeah.
And there's more access. So having more access to music is not always a good thing for me.
Okay.
Because now you've got more choice. Now, if I've got 10,000 songs, I've got to whittle them down to 30. I've got to whittle them down to 60. And it's like that. So it's picking which ones to play. And the more you've got, the more choice you have. So it's good and bad. It's good and bad.
How do you keep up to date with kind of the songs and stuff like that? Have you got to go to? Is it just social media? Is it just public?
Social media, a lot of searching stuff. Like if I find a producer I like, I'll go and look at their whole catalogue. I won't just listen to the song. Like for instance, there's songs that will play. They might be 5 years old, 10 years old, but they're popular today in clubs, but no one knows when they was made. Some DJs just started playing it and now everyone likes that particular song and it's years and years old. I'll go and find that producer and I'll look up their whole catalogue and pick out the ones that everyone ain't playing, as well as the one that everyone is, and then that way. So a lot of that, sometimes I skim through DJ sets. I might just go through onto the DJ set and just skim through and think, what's that? Once I hear a tune I like, I find the producer, then I just go.
Yeah. In regards to funky, what kind of MCs are doing their thing there that you're rating?
There was, you know what? That's a question for Marcus because I'm very particular. Like I don't even know most of them.
Oh really? But no, but you're around that.
I'll big up Shanty. Shanty is thing. There's a lot. Rankin, who was from Garage.
Yeah.
Rankin worked really well on funky. I don't know. Like the Neo does really well.
The Neo
with tunes. The Neo is a legend in funky.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, there's a lot of garage MCs worked well as well.
Okay, cool. Funky kind of does its thing. Goes away kind of thing. What's next?
What came after funky?
That's what I thought. So what was
it was grime again, isn't it?
Yeah, fair. Yeah.
It was grime again. I feel like it was grime again. It went into like a weird period of like this really like eclectic sound, if you like, where it was just a mashup of grime, garage, funky. It was just its own sound.
Yeah.
It went into some of that where people was just mixing multi-genre. This is on the underground, of course. Some people, a lot of people who was just into sort of following the trends would have gone off into whatever, bashment, hip-hop, you know what I mean?
Are you not doing radio these times?
No.
You
I was on Rinse for a period.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Grime's back in.
Grime comes back in. Yeah.
So you welcome that, I'm presuming, because that's your number one passion, right?
Did I?
I don't know.
I don't know. I might have tried to.
Right.
I might have tried to. Once that funky era had gone, I was off the map.
What do you mean off the map?
I was gone. I was just missing. I was just doing whatever I was doing.
Where was you?
I just didn't care as much about music. I was just doing it for.
Why is this?
I wasn't doing it just because I liked it. I was just doing it because just to do it, to see what happens or whatever.
Did you lose the love for it? Or
yeah,
what?
100%.
What, for music in general?
Yeah, but I didn't think I'd lost the love for it. I was just doing it for ego purposes, let's say.
What do you mean? As in... No, I don't get it, bro.
All right.
Ego purposes.
Yeah, I'll leave it as that. Ego purposes.
I don't get it, bro.
Yeah, it's all right. Someone will.
All right. If you get it, can you please let me know? You get me? So you stop. This guy's hard to interview. Brother. They're cryptical, bro.
No, I'll say that. I'm trying to be as honest as I can.
Okay, so you kind of stop doing. You lose the love for DJing.
Yeah, well, when I say I was off, I was like my habit, my addiction took hold of me.
Right. Your addiction took over.
Yeah, so I was just out. I just cared about partying.
Right.
How I can party.
Right.
What am I doing?
Yeah.
Where am I partying? Everything was a party from there on.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
How are you funding this habit then?
Again, hustling.
What is that? Are we gonna...
Hustling just means I'm hustling. I'm just hustling. Like I'm doing
Anyone
whatever.
can hustle selling flipping...
Yeah, so...
Okay.
Yeah.
What, like product?
No.
Okay. Okay, cool. I've got to ask, innit?
Yeah. No, no.
Okay, cool. Okay, cool. And then you go into this kind of rabbit hole then of addiction, yeah? How long is that rabbit hole?
It started ages before that, but that.
Yeah, but when you're deep into it.
Yeah, so that's probably anything between 2008, 2010 onwards. So to maybe 2010, we're like.
Yeah. And kind of how many years does it go on for? Or is it all one big?
Until about 2 years ago.
Okay. So that's a very long time. That's what, 10 years?
Over that, yeah.
Okay. Of just same thing again and again.
Again and again. But obviously when I'm in it, I don't know that I'm in it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just for anyone, like what is that feeling like? Can it something you can put into words? Do you get what I'm saying?
What the feeling of
I guess in it, what is that? Is that just euphoric? What is it? Is it like
it's
escapism? Do you get what I'm trying to say?
It's just a load of denial nonsense.
Right.
Nonsense. This total nonsense. Like I was thinking like I was living like when I certain times when I'm doing what I'm doing, I'm looking at it like, yeah, this is it. This is like we're gonna party, we're gonna do X, Y, Z, like boom. But the party what I'm portraying in my head is not the party that we're having.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, but then the ball, I'm selling myself that same dream again, the time and time again. So the party is not the party.
But in your mind, it's the party.
It's the party.
But when
the party happens, maybe the first 5 minutes is the party. But then the party, put it this way, I went to the party in 2010 and left when I was in 2022. That's what happened.
That's a very long party.
That's a very long party.
That's a 12-year party.
Dead party. Yeah.
That's a dead party. There must have been some highlights of this party.
Yeah, no, there's no highlights. Even the highlights are dead because when you know what it is when you're in it, I could look back and say, yeah, that was a sick night. But if I look back and like once I step away from it and look at what I was carrying on with and everything around it, it's dead. It's not a good way of life.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, fair enough. So you're not really DJing, you're down this rabbit hole,
Yeah.
and then are people around you not trying to say like, bruv, what's going on? Or
Yeah, but of course, like people, immediate family and stuff like that, and people who know may say stuff.
Yeah.
But it's just denial, isn't it? It's just one of them things. It's just a common thing. When I was in that position, I just like, yeah, I'll be all right. I can stop tomorrow. Or mama, yeah. Well, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna go away. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna start going gym. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna do this. Yeah. After my birthday, yeah. After Christmas, when Christmas goes, after New Year's Eve, I'm stopping in January. I swear. It was never now, tomorrow. What do I do? It just got to a point where it was just too much.
Yeah. And then at the point when it gets too much, what's the straw that breaks the camel's back? What is there a moment for you that was like, yo?
Yeah, it was, but it wasn't the moment. I won't speak on the exact moment because it's quite personal. But
sure.
It wasn't a situation it wasn't the worst thing I'd done in that whole time period.
Right.
So in comparison to the worst thing I've done, which I probably don't know, it was minute. It was just.
Can you talk about the worst thing you've done? Or
no, definitely not.
No way. Definitely not, bro.
No way.
I cannot.
But I've done some silly things and like stuff I'm not proud of.
Yeah.
And it's not even, you know what it is? It's not even, it's more like how, do you know what it is? You see, like some people say, you might hear, I lost everything, the house, the missus, lost all of that. You hear all those external things, but the reality is, people can still have all of that and become really broken. Like, my whole thing was how I felt after. Like, I felt like I'd lost, like, self-respect,
When you
integrity.
mean after, as in the day after, or as in the 12 years
When
after?
I'd had enough.
Okay.
Like that's what I'd lost, self-respect, integrity, just myself, innit? Not all the material stuff because that stuff don't really matter and it don't make a difference.
You know there's people that can function on these type of things perfectly well.
I don't believe that.
No? Okay.
I genuinely don't believe that. They may think they're functioning, but have they ever tried to function without it?
Okay, no, I'm curious. You know, like some people, like they say
that I'm functioning it.
They can function with it.
I believe so. I believe there's people who's the people who say I can take it or leave it. Those people do exist.
Yeah.
Or they can have it and put it away for days and all of that. But in terms of if you think that you're functioning while you're putting a mind-altering substance in your system, is crazy in itself.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
And then some people say like it's like a personality thing. You got to have an addictive personality to be in that. Do you know what I'm saying?
An addictive personality.
I don't know. I'm just. I would put
say,
it out there.
no. It's a fair thing because I hear it a lot. But an addictive personality is an addict. Do you see the word addict is got a lot of stigma attached to it. But it don't just if people had the education around the word and addiction, not addict. It shows up in so many different ways: food, gym, clothes, shopping, women, lust, like whatever. It can show up in so many different ways that it could be present in a person, but they just haven't touched drugs.
Right.
But if they did, it's going to show up in that way.
Right.
Yeah. So when someone says they've got an addictive personality, they're basically saying they're an addict, but they just don't know because they haven't. Their thing is in a different area. It's just like someone's an alcoholic and someone takes substances. They're both the same. Both the same.
You've got children in this period. How is that relationship whilst you're in this kind of? If you're prepared to talk about it.
Yeah, I don't think I will speak on it.
Okay.
But
okay.
Yeah, I won't speak.
Okay, and then I presume you go through losses like I don't know. You lose
I lost my little brother.
Yeah. And then kind of just I don't know. Like people say, like you lose the house or you lose these things. I don't know if that happened to you. Are you kind
of course, always. Everything was coming and going.
But
it was just a normal cycle for me.
But when things are kind of going, are you just going down the rabbit hole as like an escapism thing again, or is it just?
Yeah, but the thing is, it's just like that whole system of I did it before, I get it again. So it just becomes that. Like I did it before, I get it again. I did it before, I get it again.
Okay, so there's a moment that happens for you that you don't want to talk about, but that's where you want to stop this thing.
What one?
You said an event. I asked you what was the event that made you want to stop, and you didn't want to talk about it. Yeah. Because you said it was personal. But I'm saying prior to that, did you ever think like, yo, I need to curb this? Yeah,
of course I did. And do you know what would happen? Because you hear about rehab, yeah? Yeah. And my thought process was, go rehab, leave rehab, and I'm good to go. Right. Yeah, that's one. Two, when I started searching for these things, I was finding out they're 30 grand a month, 30 grand for 28 days. Now me, if you give me 30 grand, I'm pretty sure I could find something better than stop using drugs to spend it on, which when you think about it, would take 30 bags and go rehab and you'll never use again. But my brain would say, no, flip that. I'll do something better with that. Yeah. But you know what's going to happen. I'm going to spend it.
Is that how much rehab cost then?
That's how much rehab costs. Sorry, I went off on one.
No, you're good.
So basically, those was the two blocks. One was, not a block, one was a misunderstanding that I thought you'd go there, leave, and you'd be all right. Two was the price of it. Yeah. So one was a bonus, two was just like, where am I going to get that dough? Yeah. So I just thought it would never happen. So what happened was, what was your question again?
I don't know, but I'm gonna go. Is there no NHS route for this? Just for anyone listening?
Yeah. So thank you. So basically, your question was, did I ever feel like I wanted to stop before?
Yes, sorry.
Yeah, and that was why I thought I couldn't get help. So I tried to stop, but I couldn't. So to answer your question was, I did go to a community rehab. Which wasn't NHS, but it was a community-based rehab.
That's a free one?
Yeah. Right. Well, it's what's the word? Funded.
Right.
Yeah, it's funded.
Okay, so you went to that one.
Yeah.
Is this first, or is this the one you went to when you decided you're gonna?
Yeah. So I've been to there twice. I've been there twice for 3 months. I did 6 months there. Just over 6 months. Okay, so hold on, right? So you decide that you need to knock this on the head, right? You've got the mindset now. I want to do this, right? It's all coming. So you go to a community rehab, and that's 6 months. You say? Yeah, I was there for 8.5 months, actually. About 8 months.
Okay, what is a community? Is that day in, day out, or is that you stay there? I don't know. I'm trying
So
to.
the way that it works, the first 90 days. Is it 90 days? No, it's not 90 days. Wait, it's 90 days. So
Right.
3 months. Yeah. First 3 months is residential, so stay in there. You can leave, but you got to come back by 10 o'clock, so it's on a curfew. And that one they call like a stabilization place, which means that's where you just settle down. You start to learn about addiction and what you're suffering with and all of that. And it's more education, but it's more about thawing out, like, you know, some people will call it a detox, but my substance, my drug of choice wasn't a detoxable thing. So I was just like, when I started to get clean, like a lot of stuff started to surface. Like all memories start coming back. You start to feel things and remember things, and you get a bit more clarity. Let's say. So it's good that can feel uncomfortable. If I was outside, which is why a lot of people could end up going back to using again, because that feeling of all of that stuff, what they've been up to, can become so overwhelming that they end up going to use to quieten it. Like they don't think, oh, I can't take how I feel, I'm going to go and do it. It just, the feeling, it triggers them.
Right.
Yeah. So that is just a safe space for that. And also you're learning about how you're going to sort of recover going forward and stay doing that. And then the next stage is not residential. You go in there every day. You sort of get a place to stay. You go in there every day. This is this particular place where I went to. The other places may be different. And so then, I go in every day from like 9 till 3 for the next 3 months. And then the reason why I was there for 8.5 months or 8 months is because between the space between me getting accepted into the next place, there was a waiting time. So I was just sort of left to my own devices for 2 months. And then I went into that place, but I ended up relapsing.
You ended up relapsing after how long?
8 months, 8.5 months.
Okay. Can you pinpoint as this why? Is there a specific reason?
100%, because I wasn't listening. I was still doing things my old ways.
When do you mean things your old way? What do you mean?
So with addiction, it's like, it's not just about the substance, it's about the behaviours as well. So I've picked up a lot of behaviours along the way.
Can you give me an example of a behaviour? Sorry, I'm just...
Yeah, so dishonesty.
This is all new to me, so
no, it's fine. So dishonesty around certain things. I could be acting out around my relationship. Steroids. I use this as an example. Steroids is a mind-altering substance, so it's still a drug. So I can't take any sort of drug or drink, because if I take just one, it's gonna set me off again, because that's just the way it is. If I take one drink, drug, anything, there's no just one, I'm gone.
Right.
Yeah? It's gonna lead me straight back into that cycle. You see, like right now, I don't get urges, none of that, all of that. The only way I can explain it, if that was alcohol and I drank it, I'm going to set off all that obsession, all those urges will start coming back.
Would that set off you just going down the alcoholic route or every route?
Every route. This leads to the rest.
Okay.
Yeah?
That's not alcohol, FYI.
Yeah, it's not alcohol. I big up the sponsor.
Mac, you're killing me. Mac.
No, so he's going to cut that out.
I'm muting, man. Mac, don't do it. All right.
Yeah. Like, yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah.
Okay, so... right, so you relapse, right?
Yeah, I relapse.
Because you're not...
I'm acting out. So let's say not doing what is suggested, yeah?
Right.
So I get a sponsor. A sponsor is someone who is basically got a lot more clean time, like they might have 10 years clean time, as in recovery. And they sort of mentor you. So if that's what the sponsor says, yeah, don't do that specific thing because it's going to lead to this. And I really need to watch all my old behaviours. Let's just say if I was a womanizer, I'm not. Yeah, big up my missus.
Come on.
Yeah, but if I was, and I continued to do that, those sort of things is what can lead me to relapse. The reason why is because it leads to, you see that all So imagine suppressing your feelings with substances. So you're actually, I'm numb to everything. So I can just go out and just treat people how I want, do what I want, and I don't actually feel the guilt or the shame or whatever. And when I do, it's actually triggering me to use.
Right.
I don't know that's why I'm being triggered. It's just because I can't stand that feeling. So if I continue to be a womanizer, take steroids, I'm being vain in the gym, I'm in the mirror, and I'm roided up, and I'm taking pictures, I'm posting it, I'm still not addressed a lot of the reasons why I actually use in the first place. Because a lot of that was a reason behind it, like feeling, needing validation. All of those sorts of things are reasons why I probably used in the first place, from not feeling comfortable and things like that. So if I continue to do that, eventually I'm going to come unstuck. Like something's going to happen, I'm going to feel guilty, I'm going to feel shame, and then the next thing is that.
Just talking about steroids, that's got a bloody stigma around it, but it's not frowned upon as much as something like obviously cocaine, right?
Yeah.
But you're saying that they are the same thing in regards to addiction. Do you get what I'm saying? Or not? Or do you see one as lesser than the other?
It's a tricky one. In terms of, it can be just as harmful. For someone like me, it's definitely harmful. I feel like it's harmful for most people.
Yeah.
It's just the same thing. It's just different, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's just the
Okay.
same thing.
So you relapse.
Yeah.
Obviously, you know you've relapsed. What does that feel like when you put in the work of 8 months?
Oh, mate, the pain. Listen, I swear to you, I didn't know why I was using substances until this day. You see, when I relapsed, yeah, I remember coming home and looking in the mirror, and I could not look myself in the face. There was no worse feeling than that, because of all the work I'd done. Everyone was so proud of me, boom, boom, boom. And then I understood what I was numbing that time when I couldn't look myself. The shame that I felt when I got in was just that, wow. And then it just got worse instantly.
And what do you mean? As in you just started?
I went straight back to how I was before I went rehab, but worse. They got a saying that it's like that's still waiting for me now. Yeah.
What do you mean waiting? Sorry.
Wait, when I say that's still waiting for me, like if I was to use that, I'm going to go straight back to where I was and worse. The addiction don't stop progressing. Like you can see some people, their addiction progresses and it starts, like I said, pills, weed. You might go coke. Then some people go even further.
Yeah.
Yeah. That progression is still happening within me.
Right.
So it's not like, oh, I'm going to do it and it's going to be like when I first started, when I could just do a little bit. No, it starts exactly back where I left off or worse, and then off we'll go again.
Okay, off you go again. Obviously, the people around you can notice this.
1,000,000%.
And then facing them, I guess you just go down the rabbit hole again to avoid that then? Is that what it is?
Yeah, but like I said, it's deeper than that. It's almost like it becomes an obsession. It's like setting it off again. So that's why relapsing is so dangerous, because the minute you set it off, so that's why this one is game over, you might as well say. Because you might not even make it back.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's that
and then
real.
just touching on your health, how is your health in this 12 years of kind of doing this?
I got blood clots in my lungs, fainted, got told not to go gym, not to do roids, and definitely not to do drugs.
Yeah.
I continued to do them all.
All of them?
All of them. I stopped for about 2 weeks, and then I continued to do them all. That's how it gets, though.
Yeah.
It gets like that someone could tell you if you carry on you're going to die, and you will still do it, because it's just a crazy thing to do. It's like people look at it as like I don't know. This when you don't understand it, it's very easy to say just stop, or why don't you just stop, or whatever. But it's so many layers within it that the person, they can't even understand what they're doing. Like, it's really difficult.
What advice would you give to someone out there that wants help and feels like there's
Seek
no
professional help. When I say professional, I mean from someone who is in recovery, not a professional, not a doctor. None of that stuff works unless you've got mental illness, like a mental illness. See a doctor, but go and find people that's in recovery. There are ways, there are meetings, there are people. Just search online and find a meeting somewhere.
And what advice would you give to a loved one, that someone that's seeing a loved one go through that and they want to help them?
You know what? The person has to want to do it themselves. All you can do is try and understand what they're going through. I'm not trying to sign off anyone's nonsense, but they are really suffering. Like these people, me, myself, even when I wanted to stop, I could not physically stop. So it got to the point that I just given up trying to stop because of lack of understanding. It's just like, I can't stop. Even when I want to stop, but try everything. Just educate yourself around it.
Do you know what? I know some people who have addicts in their family, and it's like they just let them do it. And obviously me being a bit ignorant, I'm like, bro, why don't you just put them in a room? Or what do you mean, bro? Just take what the hell, bro? Yeah. But obviously what you're saying is like all those avenues have been explored, and they just feel like they just can't. They can't
stop. They can't stop. They can't stop. They can't help them. The only person who can stop that person is them. They literally have to say, listen, I need help. Just that. That's all you need to say. Say to someone, I need help. And that's it.
And then obviously the kind of hardship of stopping, obviously it's not easy, is it?
No, of course not. It's continuous.
Do you think that's also a barrier where someone just thinks that's just too hard of a road to go down? Do you get what I'm saying?
All right, cool. When I went to rehab, Christmas was coming up. The first time I went to rehab was in about October. I would have had to be there for Christmas, New Year's Eve. Meaning I'll be away from my family and all of that. And I had to stop all the DJing, I had to stop doing all of that stuff. I was willing to do that because I had nothing left to give. So I was willing to do anything to stop. And if you really want it, you've got to be willing to do whatever it takes. I mean, my first thing was 3 months. I was like, oh, it's going to be 3 months. And then when I got there, they said, no, you do 3 months, but you've got to agree to do the further 3 months as well. And I was like, what? So it's 6 months, it's not even 3. Think about what is 3 months of your life, 6 months of your life, after 23 years of using to get the rest of your life back, you've got to sacrifice that time. Use me as an example if you like. Look what's happened to me since I've stopped. Do you know what I mean? Like so much has happened in the last year.
Yeah, we're going to get to that, definitely. Amazing things, cool. Prosperous things. We'd love to see.
And it's not going to be the same. I don't want to say that like it's going to be the same for everyone. But even outside of the exterior social media stuff, how I feel and how I'm treated and how I conduct myself is a lot different to how I was then. And I feel a lot better.
So then, going back the second time to rehab, how long was that period of the relapse?
That relapse lasted 4 months, I believe. Then I was back in the rehab, and that's what I mean. I could not, even with knowing what I knew. Yeah. So they call it an obsession. An obsessive thought is a thought that overrides all other thoughts. I'm just saying that people probably know that already. So, with knowing what I knew, all the work I'd done. And not being able to stop, now I understand what I was actually suffering with because I know everything, and I do not want to stop I want to stop, but I can't. Physically, mentally, cannot stop. More mentally, not physically. It's not like I'm having I've got a physical dependency, but mentally, the thought was so overpowering that I could not stop myself from picking up. When I felt like it.
But then what is that trigger after the 4 months that, I need to go back?
I was trying to get back in from straight away.
Oh, you was trying to get back in?
I was trying to get back in.
And it's not that easy then?
It's not that easy. There's a waiting list and stuff.
So if they find out you're using, you're off the thing straight away? Is that...
If I was in there and I used, you get kicked out instantly.
What, straight away?
Yeah.
Do you not think they should perhaps because that's do you know
It's
what I
a
mean?
safeguarding issue for the other people there. You could trigger other people, you can entice other people to take people along with you.
Right.
It's just a safeguarding issue.
Okay, cool. So you get back in after 4 months, and then how long do you spend in there?
I didn't do the full term this time, but I got what I needed, which
What
was
does that mean?
just a break.
So how long are you in there? Sorry.
I feel like I may have been in there about 8 weeks. I probably had about a month to go.
Okay.
Yeah, but I left early, just because of my situation in there.
What do you mean in there?
No, just stuff that's not really important. But I left early.
Okay.
Yeah, but I got what I needed. I just needed a little time out. I already had the knowledge, so I knew what I had to do to continue to stay clean. And I just got to it straight away.
And is that a continual thing, right?
Yeah, continual.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then how long's it been now since you're out?
I left there in December last year, so it's been 11 months.
Okay.
Yeah,
Fantastic. Kudos to you. Amazing.
Yeah.
So you're out, and then you get the DJing back on. Then is this to just keep your mind occupied, or
Basically, yeah. Do you know what it was? All I ever wanted to do was for people to hear me play.
Yeah.
And just to entertain people, like I was saying before, just want to entertain people, have a vibe, and all of that. So I just got a pair of decks and it just started mixing, and then started streaming it, and then
streaming stuff outside?
yeah. So that's no. So what happened was, okay.
What's up, bro? You want a break?
There we go. No. So no, I'm just saying because this is gonna get into a little bit of a long story.
Go on.
So I just got some turntables and a mixer. I had a really old setup, yeah, because I was just mixing. Now, my missus does TikTok, and then I used to see people DJing on there, and my bedroom was on there. So I thought, I'm gonna do that. Let me just set one up. So I set one up. And now imagine this, I'm full of ego before. I would never do something like this because of my pride and who I thought I was. Yeah. And then I started DJing on the screen. People started taking to it. It was just like family and friends on there at first. And there's a few other randoms, like literally 20 people, 30 people. And I was just doing that. And then I started doing that for quite a while.
How long, roughly?
I think about a month or two.
What's this, every day?
As often as I could, sometimes.
Yeah.
But then what happened was, I wanted to get new equipment. So I probably did that for about 2 months. And I got some new equipment. Then I wanted to start introducing MCs because I saw other people doing it. My friend was doing it outside, and someone else was doing it outside.
And you're not outside at the moment?
I'm not outside, but what I wanted to do, one thing that I wanted to do, what I noticed was that they wasn't playing like funky, grime, nothing. It was like proper commercial stuff, yeah? So I wanted to just...
Take it back to the essence.
Yeah, just keep it authentic. But I quickly noticed this is like pirate radio, instantly.
Yeah.
Because the way the interaction was and how it felt. So even with the minimal amount of people on the screen, I thought, this is mad, this is like pirate radio. So then I started introducing MCs, and I started, because I was streaming from my house, so I started going to Pirate Studio, and I had Creed on there. I had...
Big up.
Yeah, big up Creed. I had More Fire Crew, Sharky Major. I've had like some good sets on there.
And also, can we just say big up to these people for backing you? Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like,
they backed me from early.
Yeah, we love that.
But what happened was, I noticed that when these mans, when they're outside, their numbers they've got like healthy numbers. And at that time, we're talking maybe 300, 500. That was good numbers at the time, yeah? It still is good numbers now, to be fair, but they've sort of gone up a bit. So around that sort of time, them not numbers, but they're playing like a different style of music, like more commercial stuff and pop and stuff, yeah? And some garage, I guess, garage as well. But I just thought, so I'm here with Creed, I'm here with, like, I had NSC there, the Sharky Major. I did some decent streams, but they was inside, and my numbers never shot up, so it baffled me. So I just thought, the numbers must be big because they're outside. So if I do what I'm doing with these are outside, it should be mad. So then what I did, I thought, let me test it and start going outside and see what the numbers are like. And I went outside on my own, and the numbers was better. So then now I just, like I said, all I ever wanted was an audience, but I picked up a few more skills doing that, learning how to present a bit better and all of that, and interact a bit better, and hosting and all of that. So I picked up that along the way, but that's all it was. So I just wanted an audience. So now I know that the numbers do well just because I'm outside. So now I'm pulling up like a madman everywhere, just wherever I can, numbers bang, just setting up middle of anywhere, I don't care. So I'm doing all of that stuff. And I tell you, the first person who saw the vision was DEE.
Yeah,
it was DEE, because you know what, when I started doing it, I remember I mentioned it to a lot of people, like, come, let's do this thing on road. So a lot of people saw it, and not all of them were necessarily up there, but a lot of people shied away from the idea. Like, yeah, I'll come back to you. Yeah. No one was really on it. They probably thought I was mad. I'm in the street going mad on my own, shouting down the microphone. But one thing I did do is keep it grime, funky, and all of that. I just kept it authentic, yeah? So Double said to me, Mac, I want to come out and do all this outside thing what you're doing, yeah? And I said, all right, cool, but he said it needs to be around the right time, it needs to make sense. Like, we was planning on linking up and doing something anyway, yeah? So when I did that one with D Double in Shoreditch, that was like the start for me of more people wanting to come on. But it still didn't become easy, but that was when it started to kick off, around that time. But even before that, like, I had brands that believed in what I was doing.
Brands were hollering, yeah?
Brands was hollering. I mean, at the time I had 7,000 followers and a brand came and sponsored me. Do you know what I mean? Because of what we was doing, and they believed in the concept.
Just from a technical point of view, I've always wondered this, where the fuck is the power coming from?
I'm not telling you.
What do you mean, bro? Well, is it a generator?
No, it's common sense. But
well, obviously, it's a generator or something.
No, it's my phone.
Because obviously, it's quite an intricate setup. People don't like. There's decks. It can be lights, speakers.
Yeah. It's quite a basic setup. But we've leveled up now. Anyway, we're leveling up.
Yeah, come on.
By the time this goes out, you're going to see a level up.
You're going to see a full light show, drones, everything.
Yeah.
But
it's mad.
But just to kind of set up as well, like
there's a generator, decks, and a phone, and a ring light, like a selfie light.
Okay, so you're one of the first to do this.
No.
Who would you say is one of the first to do this?
The first person I saw do this, you're setting me up here.
No, I'm not.
It's all right though. Big up. AG is the first person.
AG is the first person.
The first person who, no, it's not actually. It's not. I've got to be honest, it was probably G Smalls, and then I saw AG.
Right.
Yeah, but obviously AG, I'm aware that he was doing it.
Yeah, but, that's fair enough.
Yeah.
And then just kind of picking your like areas of location. Is that just local, or you just?
Yeah,
because you really get about.
It was trial and error.
I see man outside the embankment early, getting a mix in, bro.
Yeah. That's the stuff that you see. That's all the stuff that I was talking about. That is, yeah. So I did try to not. So yeah. Yeah, I'll just pull up anyway, basically. But it's a trial and error of the location.
Yeah.
So just seeing what works. And sometimes I just want to have a mix. Like if I'm driving, I'll drive around with all my equipment with me. And if I see somewhere and I think like, wow, that looks like a good like location for the screen, I'll stop and
then just from a kind of legal point of view, are you allowed to just set up? Like, how does it work? Can you just set up? Like, I think some people get moved on, or do you know what I mean? Like, I don't know. How does that work?
You can get moved on. I've been moved on, but they don't mind it.
Yeah.
They tend to just leave me alone, to be fair. Like sometimes.
Because there's wires about as well, I guess. You know, that people get funny.
It just depends if you're on private property or not, or if you're in like a residence or you're outside someone's business. It's just common sense. Just stay away from places where you're going to disturb people.
And then there's the aspect of safety. Do you ever feel it's compromised?
Not really, because I'm doing music. Everyone's in good spirits, and it is what it is. Do you know what I mean? Like I've never I'm just outside doing music. I'm not involved in no road stuff. Like, I'm not into any of that. Like, so I never ever felt.
But it's you with your equipment at the end of the day. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, what are they going to do? We're going to pick up my controller and run off with it.
I don't bloody know. I'm just.
Like, what are you going to do? Do you know what I mean? It's like, it's not going to happen.
Yeah.
The equipment's, it's not pick up and run off equipment.
And then do you feel kind of pressure to kind of show up at certain days, set days, because now
sometimes
it's become more than just, you get what I'm saying? For you, people are maybe expecting to see you and...
Yeah, I feel like sometimes I could probably put a bit of pressure on myself in terms of how I can improve what I'm doing, but it's not, it is what it is, isn't it? It's just, I'm constantly trying to improve what I'm doing. So sometimes it's not an overnight thing, and I'm sort of a now person, so I get frustrated when things ain't moving as fast as I'd like them to. But other than that, I mean, it's just me just trying to elevate what I'm doing. And
you are elevating, it's amazing. And then just talking about the guests, they kind of, you know, they want to come through, and there seems to be like this whole wave of, you know, people want. How is that for you, seeing this, you know, people coming out to see you guys and wanting to perform and bringing that essence back? Do you know what I mean? Like, just organically,
and you know what? Again, I don't even get to process this stuff. Like, even we've had this whole conversation, and that didn't come to me not once. Like, all the stuff was going on. When I just speak about it, like, all this year what's happened. But we have had big guests on there. We've had people on there, and I'm still processing what's happening now. And there's more stuff coming. We'll just watch what happens.
Can you give us a teaser, bro? What's happening?
Just watch what happens. Something's about to happen.
What's going to happen?
I don't know when this is going out. Something to that.
It'll put, when are you bringing your thing out? Because then I'll tell you if this is out afterwards. You get what I'm saying? This will probably be out.
You're going to see it's not. It's just something. But what I was going to say,
when is that scheduled for?
It's happening this week.
Okay, this will definitely not be out by then.
All right, cool.
So you can tell us, what is it?
Yeah, no.
Well, I'm not going to, man don't trust me. I feel like I'm going to do a leaking
All right,
thing.
cool. No, what was I going to say though? What I wanted to say is this is for DJs here. Something is happening, and just notice what is happening here. And it's not a new thing, but in terms of DJs, something is happening in terms of there's a new way to build yourself as a DJ and brand yourself. It's not just about bookings. There's many doors that can open. Just look and analyze what is actually happening, and you will see that there's many avenues for you as a DJ. It's not just about mixing. It's not just about chopping and scratching, and it's not just about doing bookings. There's a lot more that you can do to be successful in this if you get it right. And I feel like I cottoned on to it early. I was shown a way. Even having a sponsor with 7K followers, it was crazy.
Yeah, how do you get that? They just reached out?
Well, when you have a team. But what I'm trying to say is it's possible, first of all. And there's many other ways. You just got to go and find the way.
Have you got a team then?
Yeah, I've got a team. Okay,
what does the team consist of then?
A manager, agent, and a production team.
Okay, that seems like a lot of people.
But it didn't start that way. The production teams just come on board.
What does the production team do, as in the content?
The content, cameras, microphones, audio.
Oh, okay.
So a reasonable team.
So it's become a production now?
It's become a production.
Yeah, and then kind of earning money from it. Do you earn enough now? How does it work?
Well,
kind of.
Again, that just comes down to branding and the team that you're with. So I can't really say a lot, but I'm just saying in a roundabout way, analyze what's happening and just notice that there's other ways and which wouldn't normally be available. Doors are opening, which wouldn't normally be available to just a DJ. Yeah. Like not in my world anyway. They may have already been there, but not in my world.
And then where do you see it as kind of people like yourselves are taking back the control? Like, you don't need a radio, you don't need this. There's a lot of things that you don't. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, how is that for you? It's almost like you're bringing the essence back and doing it with your own rules, your own way of doing it. Do you get what I mean?
Do you know what? For me, I never ever overthought or thought that I'm taking this back or X, Y, Z. I was literally just doing what I was doing because I loved it and authentically, organically, and just vibing with people, and that happened naturally. I'm not really sure if I even want to wear that hat. I just want to have a good time. I just want to have have vibes with people, showcase people, do cool things, bring new content, be creative. I enjoy being creative. That's all I want to do. Like all that other stuff, if that's happening, if that's what people call it that, I just say I'm just doing what I'm doing.
And then you were saying earlier that you don't really take time to take it in.
Yeah.
Do you feel like you should do that? Take time to process what's happened, or do you kind of block it out as I don't know? Is this just keeping your brain focused on something?
I don't actually know. I just genuinely believe that I get so much every day. Something new's happening for me, so I don't have the time to process it. I do want to stop. I do want to take days off.
You should make the time, yeah.
Yeah, 100%. 100%.
What's been your best MCs that you like have kind of shown up or like surprised you? Like, rah. How does it work? Do they just show up or do they message you first?
No, like sometimes I might go to the first thing was obviously DWE's been a big part of my streams. I mean, he's always turned up for me, and any time he's done it, we've done it twice, and they've both been mad.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
There was a Manchester one, wasn't there?
Yeah, the Manchester one was mad. But like I got invited to J2K's carnival. Like he done a private event at the carnival.
Yeah, I see that. Yeah.
And that one, I
that was
didn't
amazing.
know who would be there. You know, so things like that. When I turned up there, Chip was there, Leafa was there, Danae was there, Eddie Caddy. There was loads of obviously J2K. There was loads of other people as well who was there, and that day I played Grime right at the end and we was vibing, and then that led to Chip saying, "Yeah, come to Grime Scene Saviour," that thing, what he did, and then I did that whole old school set with everyone there. That streamed as well. That was another sort of thing where it was sort of like, just come to this place, you don't know who's going to be there. So anyone could have been there, and it turned out the whole scene was there, bar probably Skepta and Jeremy. Other than them, that everyone was there. Yeah. Do you know what I mean?
But who's been your kind of favourite ones in this past little? I know you like to be like.
Oh, okay.
For you personally.
Well, D-double.
Yeah.
Yeah, D-double.
Yeah, he will go down as one of the
the
greatest.
Yeah.
And then just talking about AG as well, he's obviously doing his thing.
Yeah.
How do you, obviously people compare you to, do you two talk, are you cool?
Listen, when I started...
I've spoken to AG, he seems like a nice guy. Hopefully we can get him on, but...
Yeah. No, listen, when I first started TikTok, when you start TikTok, there's agents, yeah?
Right.
There's like an agency.
Right.
So someone from AG's team saw me, they didn't know who I was. And he had his own agency on TikTok. Now, obviously, he's a DJ on TikTok. So they recruited me.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
How's that work then?
So they just said, so basically, it's someone will recruit you to join their agency, and then they basically guide you around the app, how to get the best interaction, blah, 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 blah. So they've got a bit more knowledge, experience around the app, yeah?
So what do they get out of it?
I don't know.
Okay, cool.
Right,
okay.
I don't know.
I don't know. First time hearing it.
All right, cool. Yeah, but TikTok pay them. I know that much. Yeah?
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, cool. So that was there. So I was part of his agency.
Okay.
And then, so yeah, I do speak to AG. People do compare us. I don't know why. I get why, because we're both outside and it looks similar. But what it is, why I say I don't know. When I first started, like I said, I was playing. I've always just kept it to what I was playing. And if someone was outside doing what I was doing, playing how I was playing, I wouldn't have gone outside. But I obviously remember when I was saying in the beginning, if I could do something different. So if I see something, how can I do it different? And my thing was that the music I play.
Yeah.
So there's two people that was going outside, and my thing was just doing grime, funky, boom, boom, boom. So a lot of that, when I went outside, we wasn't ever compared, because he was already outside playing like pop music and whatever he was playing, and I was with DWE and all of that. But then eventually, what happened when he do what he wants, and he's done the right thing, started to play similar, then that's when the comparison started.
But you are good, everything's good, we're good.
Of course, we can't have a problem.
No, I'm not trying to stir it. I love to see it, bro. Please don't pick up on the shit stuff.
No, there's enough. There's enough.
It's amazing.
There's enough. And I mean, if anything, any doors that open helps both of us.
Yeah.
And it helps everyone after as well.
Yeah.
And everything surrounding it. So if a door opens there, a door opens for me too.
Do you feel like anyone else could do what you guys do, or do you feel like,
of course,
you're
and
market leaders in this?
Eventually, someone will. But this is why it's important to keep evolving.
Yeah. And how does one evolve? You get me? Because the essence is there on the street doing your thing. How does that? Bro, you're doing something and you're not gonna tell, man. Bro, just tell, man, what you're doing, bro.
You're gonna see.
Come on, man.
You're gonna see. This ain't out this week, anyway.
Okay. Yeah. All right. Fair enough. And then, do you let anyone touch the mic, or do you just? How does it work? Because AG lets a lot of people touch mic. Are you more selective? Is yours more of a set show? Format is different.
Do you know what? Yeah. At the beginning, I'm very selective, because there needed to be quality control. My thing is this, I'm not trying to have a talent show, yeah? I'm not trying to have a talent show. I still want to keep the vibe and all of that, but at the same time, I need to give people opportunities. So, I don't know if the next person's going to be the next best thing for one, and it's kind of wrong for me to say no to someone. But, I just feel like, I don't know, there's a time and a place. Like if I'm doing, like for instance, let me say this. If I've got a big artist on the mic, don't come near the mic. Yeah, basically. That's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, that's
but
very
then maybe should have a time and a place for it.
Some people have gone online and said that you people should gatekeep and make sure there is good, like a level of talent. Others have disagreed with that and said, no, actually, platforms like yourselves give open talent to people.
Yeah.
What's your stance on that?
My thing is, as long as it's within my genres, like I'm not gonna start playing neo soul. I'm not gonna start. Do you know what I mean? Like unless it's someone I know and they're coming on and doing their thing, I just want to just keep it real. I've been away for far too long. I'm not trying to be that guy. Do you know what I mean? I'd rather just be within my genre, within my thing, just keeping it authentic, because otherwise, for me, it just won't work.
But if you're in your genre, you're saying anyone can come.
Come. If you're within the genre, listen. If you come and you're rubbish,
you'd only get a 4 bar, innit? You get a 4 bar.
You come and you're rubbish. But listen, I've met some of the dopest people and the coolest people, and like we need a new lease of life. These guys, these lot that are coming through and are hungry, they're turning up. At the end of the day, some of the big guys can't turn up. They can't turn up, they won't turn up, or they'll turn up somewhere else. So when these people are turning up for me every week, of course they can get on the mic. They come out and they rave, some of them just come out and party, they don't even, it is what it is, I don't know.
And then what's your stance on drill, coming from all of this background of music? Where do you see drill, that type of essence, these kind of, I don't know, new breed or whatever you want to call it, of artists?
Drill gets a bad name, and I see why. Some of the lyrics are crazy.
Yeah.
But it just reminds me, I said this before, that it reminds me of grime when it first started. Imagine when you're growing up, you're 14, 15, 16, or whatever age, 18, that's all the talk is. When all your friends are talking like that, it don't mean you're out there doing it, some maybe, but it's just the talk. And eventually they'll grow up and the music and the lyrics will change. All it takes is for one of them to get a private jet and a mansion, and then everyone's talking about private jets and mansions.
Central C's on his way, it would seem.
Well, there you go. So now look at the people who started when it first started to the people who broke through and what are they talking about now, it's all different. It will just evolve. They'll grow with the music. Yeah.
And then just kind of seeing UK music in general become this global thing. Artists like that can go and bust America. How is that for you to witness and stuff? Because to me, it's mind blowing.
Yeah, 100%. That's the thing. Well, I remember when I was saying I never saw any longevity in it because the sound and the way the music was made, it didn't sound like it was made to a high standard. Yeah. So I could never see. Back then, my thinking was, if it don't bust America, it's not really that big, is it? Like, but I didn't understand the music industry. So yeah, it is. But has anyone really bust America though?
I mean, no, but the British accent's getting a very, you know.
Yeah, no,
when
it's
you
known
see
over
that,
there. Do you know what the artists are giving credit?
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
when you look at Essential C, he's...
Yeah, Essential's over there. Essential, you could probably say he's...
And I think the closest I could imagine was, I think Tiny Temper tried a thing.
Yeah, that won't Grime days.
No, but that's what I'm saying. But I'm saying artists have tried. But to fully kind of, like, when you see it now, like, wow, like, there's something that we...
Yeah, no, true.
Do you see yourselves as like a forefather in this?
DJ wise, yeah.
Yeah, just culture wise, music culture wise. Do you kind of acknowledge that? Do you accept it, embrace it? Because it is true.
I believe so.
And your family and your brothers.
I believe so.
Yeah, I don't think there's a group of brothers that have done more for UK music scene than your family.
Thank you. But you know what? It's important not to get lost in that as well.
No, but I get that. But there's an aspect of getting lost and having your ego up to just acknowledging it and just accepting 100%. It and taking it in, because you don't take in stuff.
Yeah.
Do you get me?
No, I hear that.
But I'm saying, like, you can humbly take things in.
Yeah, 100%. But the reason why I said that was for myself, because before I'd walk around thinking that people owed me stuff because of what I did in my past, which is a completely deluded way of thinking.
Right.
And even I've caught myself doing that recently. Like if I felt like I deserved to have someone over here, and they should be over here instead of over there. Yeah. Like, because no, it don't work like that.
Yeah.
You know, if things I should be putting in the work and putting in my own work, and if things ain't happening for me, it's because I'm not doing enough. So I need to do more. Like just being culturally, having that culture thing behind you is all good, but it's about being culturally current as well and doing enough to hold that weight, because they're just being like known in culture or like some legend or myth ain't good enough. You have to still stay current. And
also holding up the family name, is that a pressure for you? Because you've come from that heritage. On the surface level, it would appear like you're the most out there. How is that for you? Is that something you take with you, or do you just don't even think about it?
I haven't thought about it in that way. And I hope one day that me and my brothers will all be here together, because if that happens, it's a madness.
Is there a way you can bring them in? Have you thought of that? Do you know what I mean?
It will happen in time.
Yeah. Are you in communication with your brothers?
We speak. In time, it will happen.
Okay.
In time, in the right.
I really
time.
hope so.
In the right time.
That would be amazing to see, because that would be amazing to see. I've got this thing, right? You will like this. I ask AI who you are, right? And then to come up with
this question.
And then to ask you 20 questions.
Wow,
it's mad. It's mad, right, you know.
Cool.
I've started this, but it's some of it you probably answered. You get what I'm saying?
All right, cool. Let's go. Let's do it.
What inspired you to join Nasty Crew, and how did it shape your career? I think we've covered that. Your brother was...
Mark as
your
well,
brother got you into Nasty Crew, and okay, cool. This is AI, by the way. You get me?
Yeah.
How do you balance being a DJ and producer across multiple genres like grime and UK funky? Is it a balance? Can you balance it? Are you able to?
I'll try to.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll try to.
Okay. What's the wildest memory you have from the early grime scene? Man's going into the archives of the memory banks.
Wait for this. Wait, I'm trying to think.
There's been that many.
Yeah, I can't think. I don't want to give. Yeah,
Shall we come back to that? The wildest memory. Just think about that. Okay.
Yeah.
What was your reaction to the first time you heard someone spin your track in a club? Do you make tunes like that?
No.
See, AI got that wrong.
I've never heard it.
See, AI is.
I've got tunes, I've never heard them.
What's the most unexpected person to influence your music? I don't know what that means.
Sinead O'Connor.
Nothing compares to you. Banger, brother. R.I.P. Are you alright?
I had that on tape.
You know that Prince wrote that, innit?
Swear down.
Yes, brother. Come on, bro. There's a bit, you get me. Sinead had a banger, fam. Skinhead or not, she did her thing, bruv. Are you mad? What's a mistake you made in your early career that turned out to be a blessing? That's interesting. Well, you said you didn't like the grime when it first started, didn't it?
Yeah.
So but that could be a
good
blessing.
one. Thanks for answering
Come on.
that.
I'm going to answer for you as well. What's the one track you'll always play to hype up a crowd? If just things ain't going your way, like the cheat code tune.
The cheat code tune is always RBX. Is it RBX? Rebound X. Yeah, RBX.
What tune's that? I don't even know.
You know what Rebound
Okay,
X is.
if I hear it, I'll know it.
It's the baitest grime tune ever.
Okay, I know it. Okay.
Yeah.
How do you decide what genre or vibe to focus on during your sets?
Crowd reaction.
Just crowd reaction.
And the previous set.
Yeah. What's the most surreal moment you've experienced while DJing?
I don't even know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that because there's been so many, or because you was on a 12-year party?
No, I can't remember. It's a mad question. I'm not good at these.
It's AI, brother.
Yeah.
All right, cool. If you could go back to one legendary set of yours, which would it be and why?
I know this one. Eskimo Dance, SE1.
Yeah.
Mad.
What year was this?
Might have been 06, 07. Maybe about 06. 06 I reckon.
And what was so legendary about it?
I don't know, just the setup, the way I was high up on the thing, it was full. I just remember a particular mix I'd done. I don't know why I remember this as sick, but it was sick.
The atmosphere is atmosphere. Okay.
That's it.
What's a mix you've created that you thought would flop but became a hit? I don't know.
I don't know about that.
All right, cool. What's the most underrated artist in the UK music scene right now? And let me ask you about one back then. Who was the most underrated for you?
I don't know.
You do know through like all of this DJing that makes you like educated enough to say it gives you that but do you get what I'm saying? But it gives you like validity in what you're.
I'm done with these questions.
But come on, man! Like, we're almost there, bro. Who's the most underrated? Anybody?
I can't think.
All right, cool.
These are the sort of questions I need preparation for.
But you got to be ready, bro. This is a 2025. You got to know what I've got.
I don't know. All right, cool. Let's go.
What's the one thing people misunderstand about the garage or grime scene? Anything? Is there a big misunderstanding that you feel?
I'll tell you the one about the grime one.
Go on.
That girls don't go to grime raves.
Girls don't go here. It's a bit of a.
It's a bit mad, but
no.
I know it can look mad. But
no, it's true.
But do you think girls don't?
I've been to many Eskimo dances.
Do girls go grime raves?
Hence the tune. We need some more girls in here. I can understand why that tune is birthed.
All right. Listen, I know girls who like grime, innit? That's what I'm saying.
I hear that. Right. There's not a plethora of them. But
all right, cool.
No, okay, cool.
Yeah. All right.
On a side note, who were the best girl MCs, female MCs for you?
Female. One who was cold is Nole.
Very cold.
Cold. Yeah, Nole.
Yeah, come on. I was going to read off a couple, but... see, look, now I know I'm not going to get this. Can you share a behind-the-scenes story about working with a big artist? Is this what's coming soon that you're not telling man about?
I'm not working with anyone.
Okay. Man, so I'm not working with anybody. Who would you like to work with? I proper warn him out, bro. He's done with this
Yeah,
shit, bro.
yeah.
Hang in there, bro. 5-10 more minutes, we out, bro. Okay, who would you love to have on your set, bro?
Who have I not had on my set is the question. The person
Okay.
I've not had on my set is Stormzy.
Okay.
And there is someone else. But,
Stormzy.
Mm-hmm.
Come on. What's the dream collaboration you've yet to make happen, I suppose?
yeah, I don't know.
If you had to describe your style in one sentence, what would it be?
Aggressive.
I said aggressive.
No, my style of DJing.
Yeah,
it
no,
can
I
be
hear that.
aggressive,
I hear
yeah.
that. You got to take it to them. What's been your biggest challenge in staying relevant in the ever-changing music industry? How does one stay relevant? Just adapting to what's out there.
adapting, and
Yeah. How do you prepare for a high-stakes set or a major event?
I mean, how do you prepare for?
You told me.
I don't know. I'm
just-
asking, like, how do you
But
answer
I'm
that?
not you,
You're
bro. How the
answering
fuck
the
do I
question.
know?
You
Hey,
tell-
I ask the questions. They don't give me the answers, bro.
Tell me how you answer that.
I don't know.
I don't know. I get
Do
in
you
the
have
shower.
a set way to manage that? Get in the shower. Okay, cool. Leave it, bro.
No.
Get in the
Hey, cut
shower.
that bit out.
I have a bit of food.
Hey, cut that bit out.
All right, listen. If your career ended today, what's the legacy you would like to leave behind?
I was a bad boy DJ.
He's a bad boy DJ. And then I ask artists who their ultimate 5 top artists are of all time.
Oh, no,
Come on, man.
we're not doing
You want to
that.
give me
We're
now?
not doing that, no.
Yeah, you worn out?
Yeah.
Okay. Are you happy, sir? Gone
think
through all of these trials and tribulations,
I'm happy. I'm good.
and just any general advice for anyone out there who's just sitting there, just wants to do something.
And who wants to do what musically? Just
Yeah,
go and do
yeah.
it. Go and find something that no one else is doing, or find something that someone else is doing, and look how you can improve what that person's doing, or look how you can make something your own. Go and find a niche, and more importantly, go and find something that's yours, like that where you don't need anyone necessarily. Do you know what I mean? Like they need to come to you, or you can collab instead of. It's more of a collaboration process than a.
Last question, sir. What does 2025 hold for Mr. DJ Mak 10?
More greatness, hopefully.
Yeah, you don't want to elaborate on the forms of greatness.
Yeah. No, there's stuff happening. We're going into fashion. We're doing events.
What, clothing, yeah?
Yeah.
Come on.
Fashion, events. Just a lot more stuff is happening.
We're done. You'll be you'll be happy to know. I'd like to say a huge thank you to you, sir.
Yeah.
It's been an amazing journey. Thank you for letting us in bits of it. I know you
Yeah.
kept some of it close to your chest.
Yeah.
We appreciate that. Love to see the turnaround. It's inspiring to see where you've gone, where you come
Yeah.
from, where you've gone, where we're going.
Yeah.
We love to see that, you know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah.
So we just want to show the world, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That you can turn things around at any point.
Yeah.
That's pretty much it, my brother. Thank you. It was hard. He was a closed book, but we got some pages out of him still. You get me? Yeah. Mak 10, Shizzio, we out later.
Hey.